the cybersecurity domain. And so what are the technologies, the tool being used by these guys to compromise our systems, to get access to your information that which are not supposed to be accessed by the third party. Only you, the owner of the data, should protect your data, and no one should tamper with the information. So that's why now we bring you cybersecurity. You need to understand what is cybersecurity is all about. So we need to understand before I take you through the slides. A little bit what cybersecurity is all about. So it's like when you look at cybersecurity, those are two words that only combine together to become like the whole things. That's what we call cybersecurity. So I want to break it down into two parts. We have a cyber and we have also security. So a cyber mean these are the whole devices, the equipment, the whole kind of technology that you use to get access to the internet. So I can mention that you have your Android phones, you have your computer, the network devices, and all kind of things in the place, so that you have the access and all the privileges to get access to the internet. So these are what we call cyber. These are the things that also we use as a human to get access to the internet to explore what we need in the global of the cyberspace. So when we talk about cyber, we talk about security. That's how we can. These are the countermeasures, the processes put in the place to make sure that all the devices are all protected from all these kind of cyber crimes and these kind of malicious activities happening online. For it to be secure online. So that's why, and then we have to combine these two words together. So to make sure that you are protected online. That's the whole thing of cybersecurity. So when you combine all these things together, cyber and security, cybersecurity, these are the processes, the technologies, the procedures, and whole kind of things combined together to make sure that we protect our data from online. We protect our data from being compromised by the attackers. What you call them maybe a hacker, or sometimes you call them as threat actors, from compromising our data. So that's the whole thing of cybersecurity is all about. And today we are going to go deep into cybersecurity. And so what are the things, what are the tools, or what are the technique being used by this guy to compromise you, or maybe to attack you, or maybe to hack your account, or to hack your systems and networks in the place. So let me jump into the slide. Just a moment. So when you look at this kind of the picture that you see on the screen, so there should be a question. You can even ask yourself, what is happening here in this picture? So you see a man putting on the man with a white face, putting on certain kind of cap on his head, and also with the computer on the front of it. And we have another guy, a gentleman, sitting in the office, then is keeping himself busy, sitting somewhere there. So we look at the whole things. That is there's a channel that between these two people. So you see, this is the attacker, and also this is the normal person. That's what we call a victim. The hacker trying to explore, trying to get access to this guy's machine. For them to use this kind of technology to make sure that they get access to this guy's, or maybe to get access to the corporate information. Let me say, maybe your personal detail, maybe your corporate data, your important information that's being stored somewhere. So of course, for the company to be more active, you need to make sure that you get other resources in the internet. So that's why always we are dedicated. You are there on WhatsApp, Facebook, and all kinds of social media. So for you to get connected, or maybe for you to learn new things, which are already happening in the globe, for you to know what is happening. So the hacker will use this kind of advantage to exploit you, or maybe to steal your personal information, to steal company data from the internet, wherever you try to access the internet. So, for example, the hackers, they are very sophisticated. So, in a way, they have to make sure that they need to study the company. So, what are the companies like? What are the things? What are the kind of the website this company always visit? So they have to make sure to do what we call open source intelligence. So whereby they need to gather more information about you. They need to gather more information about the employees. They need to gather information about the company itself and also the individual. Because in a company, you find that there's what we call disgruntled employees, or maybe these are what we call the internal threat. The hacker will learn all these kind of the technology people are using in the place. So to make sure that they have to exploit these kind of weaknesses in the system. So when you look at this picture, so this hacker trying to put the malicious file on the website where this guy is trying to access some kind of information on the internet. So eventually this guy will upload this kind of data to the internet, and then this person will go and then download this kind of malicious activity. You don't know whether this file is a malicious or maybe it's not a malicious, because if you're not good at knowing what are the indicators of compromise for you to know this file is affected by virus, or this kind of file is not affected by virus. So this guy will just go and then you grab the data you download on your machines, and you don't know what's happening, and then you keep enjoying, this is the file that I download from a free sources, from resources like the free website, because nowadays people don't like to spend a lot of money to buy like the premium things. Like they just go and then go to the website, they buy they just start downloading free stuff, like free data. Nowadays people like free things, and in this world there's no any free things. You go and download this kind of file, or maybe the software that you download. So when you download on your machine, what will happen? So the hacker will put what we call a backdoor on that file for him to get back the reverse connection to his machines. So eventually the hacker will get access to your information. He can even encrypt your data, so asking for the money. So whenever a hacker tries to get all kind of information in the company, he can even encrypt all the data, the important data in the company, for him to get the money, because the motive behind this kind of attack is to get money, or maybe to just to stop company from working. So eventually the computer will be affected by virus, and then this guy will ask for the money for you to pay to get back your data. So again, what can happen due to this picture? When you look at this kind of the things, it's the same thing that we just mentioned before. We talk about this hacker. When the hacker get access to your data, he can also take the data, the important data in the company. So talk about like we talk about intellectual property right, like copyright. We talk about the trademarks. We talk about the secrets. We look at the whole companies that in the whole world nowadays. You don't know what are the formulas being used by this company to excel. So to get more access to the whole company. So what are the things that these companies are doing? So there's a certain kind of, because in every company in the whole world, so you may have your own what we call a competitor. Someone who is competing with you to make sure that they don't sleep. They want to make sure that you don't progress, so you don't have a lot of clients to come to your company to buy your stuff. So you find that in every company, you find out what we call internal threats. These are the people giving all the access, all the information in the company back to your competitors. So that's why the internal threat is very, very important. You need to make sure that whoever you employ, let me say more people are working in the human resources, are doing the recruitment process. So you need to make sure you do what we call a thoroughly background check to whoever that you employ, you bring back to the company. And these are the people you find are a threat to your company. But there's no way that you can know what are they a threat to the company or they're not. So that's why you need to put some kind of technologies or maybe security solution in the place to monitor the employees, whatever they are doing, so that you know what other things is happening. So we look at this picture here. This hacker here get access to the information as he get access to your account, to your company corporate data. So this data, the hacker will use this data to sell to the third party, asking for money. So he will sell this information to the criminal. So this criminal, they are waiting to get this kind of information. Then we'll be asking for you, we need money for you to get back your personal data. So assuming that you have no data in the company, what will happen? So eventually, it will be hard for you to start this kind of document from the scratch. Talk about maybe the account data, maybe the human resource information, and all the important data for you to get back them, and for you to go back from from the scratch. You start from the scratch to where you are right now. It will cost a lot of time, or maybe it will cost a lot of money for you to get back all the data. You better just go and pay the money, and then you get back your data. So that's what happened in this picture. So now we are here, what cybersecurity is all about. That's why I mentioned earlier, cybersecurity is the technologies, processes in the place to make sure that our network is being protected and devices from the attack. So if you put all these kind of security solution, if you put like more measures in the place, so for example, like your personal data, you start from yourself as you as an individual. So you don't need like to wait for the company. You don't go and wait for another third party to come and train you. Now that's the reason why 211 checks and Safety-Com organize this kind of training for only South Sudanese to be aware of what is happening in the cyberspace. So whenever you are aware, because that's what we know. That's that thing that we need to understand. So that's not what we call a human firewall in all over the world where you go. So the only firewall that you can embed, that you can install in the human, there's no any software, there's no any human antivirus, there's no any human anti-malware. So the only malware that you can install into human is to do them what we call awareness. So awareness, this term, you need to understand what awareness is all about. It's all about educate you and how to protect yourself and how to identify malicious things and how to see what are the indicators of compromise that for you to understand this is a malicious and this is not a malicious. So that's the reason so why you are all here for this kind of trainings. I hope that you guys, when you go back when you know understand what cybersecurity is all about, because I don't need you to go back home, then you just go and you crash your head. So what cybersecurity is all about. Also, there's some simple tip that you can go to YouTube, make use of YouTube. So you need to educate yourself. You don't need to go and look for Safety-Com. You need to go and look for any kind. You need to go and go to the NCA that looking for that. How can I protect my personal data online? So you just go to the YouTube. Then what is cybersecurity is all about? You go and ask. Then you need to ask YouTube, how can I protect my data online? So you will see there's a lot of resources out there. But we now there's no human. You find yourself that I'm busy, I cannot do this. So why should you keep yourself busy when you need to make sure that that is secure? So that's the whole thing of cybersecurity is all about. So now, again, when you put the measures, the controls, the processes, and the technology in the place, so that's what we call cybersecurity in the place. So that's why at least we are not here to prevent this kind of attack from happening, but at least we are trying to mitigate just to reduce the risk in the place. So when you understand all kind of technology, at least you minimize the risk. So we are not here for these trainings to tell you that you are going to be a cyber-proof, you are going to be a cyber warrior that no one can actually, even as we are cybersecurity guys, still we can be hacked. So that's why we need to give you what we call a cyber awareness, so that you need to be a cyber what? You need to understand, you need to be a cyber smart. So cyber smart means like you need to know what are the indicators of compromise. So what are the militias, like if you see something, then you just detect this thing is malicious. So you cannot just go and download that, or maybe just go and click link and only. So that's why we are here for this training. So whenever you put all this kind of technology into place, the protection of the business should be at least okay. At least the risk should be in some kind of level, not from the way it was before, from when you are starting from zero, but at least your business continuity will be at least somewhere there. Also, we'll have what we call increase of productivity, because we have online nowadays. All the company now that want this to online. So there's no what you go and then you buy things physically. You have to go and order online. So whenever you have your online business that you are doing online, so when you have this kind of security in the place, so your clients will be happy, your customers will be happy that, whenever I put my personal information online to this kind of company, so I know my personal data will be secure. So that's why we are giving them a guarantee that, we have a cybersecurity in the place so that they will be secure. So a customer will be happy and they'll have the confidence in you that whatever they do, they will trust you and they'll have the access. So for example, you have like the company being hit by cyber, like company being hacked by these kind of hackers. So what will happen? The customer will be like, this guy, they're not cyber, they're not invested in cybersecurity because they're ignoring cybersecurity. So what if they hack their personal data, they hack their company, like the company infrastructure, the company networks? So what if, so which means this hacker, the motive behind these hackers is to get money and also to get access to your customer data. So that's why the customer will run away from you. They will go to another company who is more like they invest in cybersecurity. So that's why we need to make sure that you invest in cybersecurity for you to secure your network from being hacked. So stop your website from cracking. So Like, for example, it happened last time to the bank of to the website Bank of South Sudan. People are complaining, what happened? What's happening? Because they had that the Bank of South Sudan website, it was shut down. It was offsite for some kind of 2 to 3 days because like it happened as what we call as attack that happened. But people think that maybe these hackers, what they do, they get access or maybe they compromise everything from the Bank of South Sudan, or which it was what we call a DDoS attack. That's why the company website was done for some time. So protection of your customers and clients. So whenever you invest in cybersecurity, so all these kind of the employees, they will be protected. How can you make sure that your employees, they're all protected? Like customers, I mean, and your clients in the company or maybe in your organization. So the only way that you can reach out to your customers or maybe to your clients, you need to create a platform where they can reach out to them, whereby you need to give them like a monthly or weekly or daily cybersecurity tip and fix on your social media. So for them, they need to know, they need to follow you on your social media. They need to learn what are the things, what are the tricks and tips, what are the you know, the countermeasures, you know, the mitigation process that they can protect themselves online whenever they're doing the online activities. So you need to make sure that you protect your client. So we mentioned all kinds of things that cybersecurity, talk about cybersecurity. So in the cybersecurity, there's the major 3 elements in cybersecurity to understand. And these hackers, when they try to hack you, when they try to hack your network infrastructure, so they only target only 3 things in the company. This is what we call CIA. So we need to go to break down in this into different 3 groups. CIA, that's what we call confidentiality, that is for C, and then we have a high, that is for integrity, and then we have an A for availability. So these are the things in the cybersecurity, each and every company, each and every individual. So you need to protect around only these 2 kind of words. So without all these, so there's no what we call cybersecurity. And all these cyber crimes you see online happening and all this, when you see that something happen, so the hack happen within this kind of what? This kind of CIA triad. So we are going to break down what does CIA mean and what is confidentiality mean, what is integrity mean and availability. So let me start about confidentiality. So you have a data in the place, the company data, of which you put them as a secret, like maybe a top secret or maybe a high level secret data. So even the employees within the company, they have no access to that kind of data. So only us right individual have the access to get access to that information. So the information, the data, the information in the company should be divided into different groups. So whereby even if you work in the same company, so there's certain groups that allow to have the authorization to access certain kind of information. So here, how do we make sure that the confidentiality of data is well protected? So there's only one way that you need to make sure that your confidentiality is well protected. So we need to apply what we call encryptions. If you hear word encryptions, that comes in what we call confidentiality. So you need to make sure that the data that you have in the computer, the data that you have on your phone, the data that you have on your like, let me say, in the cloud environment. So you need to make sure that it is encrypted with a password, with a strong password. So that's why the confidentiality will be more in a high security level. Only for you to access it, you must have that password to get access to the confidentiality. So we talk about integrity. So integrity means, so the data should be accurate, should be the same data that I sent you. For example, I sent to Mr. Y. So when I send the data to Mr. Y, I don't want this Mr. Y to change or maybe to modify the data without me knowing that what is happening, me, the sender of the data. So I have to make sure that this data is accurate and no one modified. There's no any changes that happen. I send you the same thing, I send you the email. So the email that I sent to you, you have to remain as the same email. So there's no any modifications, no one should alter the information. There's no alteration of the message. So you have to be legit, you have to be the same, so no one should alter, or maybe no one should modify. It is only the one has right to change, to make changes on the data. So availability. So let me give you a simple example. So now you buy your data and you try to log into Facebook. Then you find the Facebook is not working. So what will happen? So which means the availability of social media of Facebook is not available. So it affects the productivity of Facebook itself. So that is it. You need to make sure that the data that you need have to be available. For example, you go to the bank. So let me say you go to the Bank of South Sudan that you need to withdraw some money. So you have your ATM machine, your ATM card, I mean. So you go and then you try to insert your card into that machine until you find that the machine is not available. It will be like the machine is not working. So you will be like, what is happening? So that's why the company need to invest on this kind of technology in the place. So to make sure that when the customer comes to access their service, so the service should be available to whoever try to access that information. They have to be available all the time when it's needed. So that is all about what we call a CIA triad mean. So these are the example of the thing that I will mention is the same thing of a CIA triad. So now, what are the threats? As I mentioned earlier, whenever you hear that, the company being hit by cyber, so the company is being hacked, I was hacked by hackers. So this is a threat. This threat are all against what we call CIA. So we need to understand, so what are this kind of threat that are against CIA? So we have only two things that happen within the CIA. So we have a cyber crimes, we have a hacking. So you can even ask yourself, what is the difference between hacking and cyber crimes? And like, it's the same word, because you look at it like, you don't see the difference. This is a cyber crime and this is the hacking. So let me break it down. So cyber crimes, these are the activities being used. These are activities being done by this criminal using the computers, the technologies, and the devices that to create some kind of malicious activities, to steal your money, to do maybe this online frauding and all these. So this is within what we call a cyber crime. So for example, someone who is not like the expert, someone who is not a computer expert can also cause what we call a cyber crime. So for example, I can just go and then I buy my computer, I do online activities with my computer that is trying to fool people with what we call phishing and social engineering attack. So still I can eventually get money. So that is the process of what we call a cyber crime. So you use computer, use different devices to steal money from people. So to do what we call fraud and all kind of things on social media or any kind of technology within the place, I call a cyber crime. So in other hand, we have what we call hacking. So this is a very important thing. You need to understand what hacking is all about. So hacking is not bad. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's not bad, because people just know that, I was hacked, someone hacked me. Yes, we have a different type of hackers that we are going to learn about this type of hackers. So, but you need to understand what hacking is all about. So hacking, this is the process of gaining access, like finding a vulnerability in the system, finding the weaknesses in the system. After when I find that there's a weaknesses in your system, when I find that you are very weak, that you don't know how to secure, you are very weak, you don't know to put a strong password on your social media, what will I do? I will get access to your account, like getting access to personal data without permission. Like I can get access without authorization to your personal data, to the company infrastructure network, to company website, get access, then have like a privileges escalation, privilege access to the company website, or maybe to the company data without a permission. That is what we call hacking. Hacking is not bad. So the company also can hire like what we call ethical hacker. So people hack ethically. So you can hide them. You can hide them. Be like, you know what? We need this kind of expert. We need these people to come and check, to try to know, do what we call a security assessment and the secure auditing in the company. So you hire this guy. So when they come in, you have to sign an agreement, NDA with this guy. So you give them the scope. So you tell them, you know what? This is the thing that I need you to test them. So find for me what are the weaknesses in the company. So let's take an example now. Let me say in South Sudan. So let me say maybe Bank of South Sudan will be like, you know what? We are running that, we have online activities that we are doing. So we have our network in the place, but we are not sure that we are hacked or we are not hacked, because now we have no expert, let me say in South Sudan. Cybersecurity, especially in South Sudan. So we are not many in South Sudan. So that's why now we need to make sure that we invest, and also we need to train these young people who are interested in cybersecurity. At least we need to make sure, because nowadays there will, world is moving to the cyberspace. So meaning there will be a no gun, that you will not hear a gunshot nowadays. So you just go Wi-Fi online. So that's why in South Sudan now we need to invest in cybersecurity. Mostly like we need to train these youths. We need to put them, those who are interested, like to learn, like most of these young people who are going to, who are interested to learn cybersecurity. So we can feed them up. So to make sure that whenever we are off, so at least we need to have like an online army. So the South Sudan online army that we call a cyber security team. That's why now this guy, they're not bad. So you can hire them to check for weaknesses on the systems. Whenever they find the weaknesses in the systems, then they can give you the report. These are the report, the recommendations and remediations. What can you do in the place? So what they do? So they don't just put the security measures on your place. They just give you the report. That is the work of your network security. That is the work of your network administrator to go and close all this kind of loop on the network, so that next time the hacker will not get access, because this is how they're doing it. They're doing it in the perspective of the hacker who is trying to get access to networks external from your network. So, but they will give you the report. So that's what we call the hacking is all about. So now these are what we call the threat against CIA, that's called cyber crimes. As I mentioned earlier, it's the same thing that the criminal using the computers, using network devices to get access, or maybe to steal people for network, or maybe to damage all the networks connectivity, or maybe to put the malware, to attack your network with the malware to make sure that your network is not working. So these guys, that's what we call cyber criminal. So they use this technology to get access to the system. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the things that happen in a computer, this is what we call a computer access crime, because someone who's not been a computer expert can be a cyber crime. So what will happen? So these people, they will go and hire people, or maybe there's a free tool online. So there's some free tool that you can use as someone that is trying to join this kind of a field, like to be a cyber crime. So there's free tool that you can buy online for you to do this kind of activities. We have a fraud, we have a denial of service attack, we have a snippings and viruses and computer customer traffickers and all kind of things. So you can use within you, like personally, you don't need to be a computer expert to be a computer cyber criminal. So you just need to know what you're really doing, like what your motive. Just need to understand what is your objective that you need to perform this kind of attack. So eventually become one of this kind of cyber criminal. So here, we need to understand, so what is the motive behind this kind of cybercrime? So when you hear cybercrime, so what are cybercrime is all about? As I mentioned earlier, these are the crime being done by this criminal using computers, network devices to damage or maybe to steal your money. So there's the motive, because they have objectives, as I mentioned, for you to be part of this community. So there's a motive. There's that kind of, like, you know, what is the will that you need to do? What are the motives that you need to do this kind of activities, these malicious activities? So we have a disputing business continuity. So this hacker, maybe, you know, as I mentioned earlier, so a company, you have a competitors, someone who's selling the same product like you. So they want to shut you down because they see there's a progress, there's a continuity of the business. So you are getting a lot of money. So now they want to make sure that your business is shut down. So that's why they need to invest, they need to shift to cyber criminal activity. So that's why they need to stop you from doing your business. So we have information theft and manipulating the data. So now they want to see, you know, in a company, you have your personal, that high level confidential data. So there's no one can access that. But when this guy get into your data, when they know what is the trade secret. So for example, we look at the Coca-Cola. So there's no one can tell me here among you people that, you know, I know the formula being by Coca-Cola to make this kind of like test. Like you see Coca-Cola is look like, you know, there's some kind of ingredient that they put in. But when you look at other sodas, I mean, so you cannot find of this formula that's being used. But for you to get this formula, for you to get that formula from Coca-Cola, it can take some thousands of years for you to get it back, because that is the uniqueness of Coca-Cola. So you cannot get access to Coca-Cola formula. But one hacker get access to your formula, so you are finished. So they will make use of that Coca-Cola formula. They can get the formula, but they can change the brand. They can have another brand, but not the same name of Coca-Cola. But the ingredients, so the importance of that sweet that you see on the Coca-Cola is already taken. So you need to make sure that the data that you put in the company, you need to make sure it is secure. So damaging the company reputation and the target. So once you're hit by a cyber attack, so the client, the customer, they run away from you. So to be like, you don't invest in cybersecurity. So now they will be vulnerable to this kind of attack. So they run away from you. So you make sure that you need to invest on this kind of cybersecurity field. Financial losses to the target. So eventually when you've been hit by a cyber attack, so now for you to recover it, it will take some time and the customer will run away from you. So you need to make sure that you put a more cybersecurity hygiene in the place. What do I mean? You need to make sure that you invest in cybersecurity solutions in the place, invest in the training of employees, invest of hiring a good cybersecurity professional to make sure that even if you cannot put them in the place like to be a full-time job, at least try to get a part-time person to come and do the trainings, to come and do what we call auditings and security assessment in the place to make sure that what are the weaknesses, because you cannot know as you that we have weaknesses in the place. Bring someone outside because we have a different eye to see things. So bring someone from outside to do what we call a security assessment, so to make sure that your network is secure. So demanding ransom, I mentioned demanding ransom. Ransom, this is the money being asked by the hackers. So when they encrypted your data. So you mentioned this attack happened last time. I can refer you back. I think it was happened to Dar Petroleum, but Dar Petroleum, yes, that's the default. I had it last time. Default was hit by cyber attack. For this guy, what they did, so they encrypted the important data. So the data that you can get it back, like you can start from the scratch. It can take you some good years. But for you to get it back, you need to pay this money. This money is called ransom. So this is the word coming from ransomware. So they call it a ransom. You pay them for you to get back your data. They will decrypt it. So to get it back, like they remove the code, the encryption, then for you to get back your information. For you to be safe. So the whole thing to make the company to be safe is backup. Please do backup. Backup regularly. Do it backup. You can do it on cloud. You can do also physically. So we are going to do this kind of backup where you can do your backup. So make sure that you can do this. So we are what we call achieving the state of military objective. So for example, South Sudan is trying to join the cybersecurity space. So meaning the government of South Sudan, they are going to invest a lot in cybersecurity to know that, because cyber war is always there. We can also, the country be like, you know what, we are getting a cybersecurity specialist expert in the country to form a team of state sponsor. The government is going to sponsor these people. You go to US, there's a state sponsor cybersecurity specialist. Go to China, go to Russia, go to every country, go to Israel. So you find these bodies being formed by the government to see what's happening in the whole world, like to see who are the people that are trying to get access to our confidential data in the country. So this is a very important. That's why cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. It's not my responsibility. It's not your responsibility. It's everyone's responsibility. So we work collectively. We have to put our own effort together to defeat this kind of criminal. You need to make sure you understand this one very clearly. So now we're here. So these are the threats against CIA. That's what we call hacking. Now this is a hacking. Now we are beyond the cybercrime. Now we are coming to hacking. So when you come to hacking, so we have a type of hackers. So we good and bad. So this is the time that you need to learn this kind of hackers. When someone has to, you know, what's hacking is all about. You need to expand it into detail. After these trainings, I'm going to share with you the slide, and you go and read by yourself. These are the type of the hackers. So we start with number one, what we call white hat hackers. You see this guy, they put on the white things. So this we mean you see white thing, what happened to your mind? What comes to your mind? You just know that this is peace. So when you see white thing is peace. So we mean this is what we call ethical hackers. So this guy, they hack with permission. They're called white hat hackers. So this guy, when they try to hack you, it is you, the company, will come and hire them. You know what? I want to know what is my landscape or my cybersecurity landscape in the whole company. So I will need to see what are the weaknesses in my company. So you come and hire these people to check for the weaknesses, to do auditing, security auditing, a serious one. So they will find for you the weaknesses in the system. They give for you the report, plus the recommendation and remediation, how you can remove this kind of weakness in the systems. This is what we call ethical hacker. When you heard about ethical hacker and white hat hacker, they are the same. So these are the people that have with permission. Now we have a number two, what we call black hat hackers. So these are the computer expert cybersecurity specialists. They know all the tools, they know all the technology, they know how these computers work. They know how this old system that they are using that work. Your mobile phone, your computers, your IoT devices, OTT devices, all these systems in their place, they know them how to work. So these guys, when they do, they hack without permission. They can hack you anytime when they want, because that's their own motive. So that's why they call them black. There's no fees here. They can hack you anytime when they want. So whenever, they don't care whether you can put them in jail or you can do what, they don't care. But this guy, they can hack. That's why you see on social media account is being hacked all the time. Someone is asking for money, that you know what, send me money, I'm from here and this. These guys, they are not under this kind of groups. So those ones are not hackers. So those ones you see on social media that my Facebook is being hacked, my WhatsApp is being hacked. Those guys are not hackers. So these super hackers, these are number one, that's the white hat hackers, black hat. So another one we what we call gray hat hackers. So this guy is one of the one of the type of hackers that can check the weaknesses on the system, can look for the loophole in the system. After getting that kind of loophole in the system, it will report to you as the owner of the company without you giving them permission. So this guy can be like, it can be white and can be white. It is in the middle. It can change anytime. So why do you get access to someone data without permission? So automatically you are black hat. So why do you get access to this? You need to get a permission from the owner of the company. Then you report. But this guy, he does things alone. He does what we call security auditing. He does what we call vulnerability assessment, weaknesses assessment in the systems. After finding those weaknesses in the system, then he will come and contact you. Hey, I found some kind of weakness system. So these are the weaknesses that I found on your networks. So for me, for me to fix it, you need to give me this kind of money for me, for you to be safe. So automatically, the next time will come, will do the same thing. You better just say no, please. I don't want this. You look for a white hat hacker to do it for you officially. So this guy, whenever they try to get access to your account, they have no permission, but they don't damage anything. They don't do any damage like the black hat. That black hat can damage all kinds of things. Black hat can steal the money. Black hat can damage the system. But these guys, they don't do it. They just find the weaknesses in the system and then they report to you. So it is you to pay or not to pay them. So we have a red hat hacker. This guy, they have a red hat. So you find every country you go to Russia, you go to US, you go to Israel. So these are the group. These are what we call most of a computer expert, a cybersecurity expert that be organized by the government to look for the black hat hackers. These are the group of the people who can look like, for you to guide the safe, you need to act like a safe, right? So that's why the government need to invest in this group. So for them to know what are the indicators, what are the intelligence that being used by these black hackers to hack our system. So this group is a group of experts to look after black hat hackers. So when they catch these guys, they can bring them to the court, or otherwise they can block them because they already know what are the technology, what are the systems that being used by these people to hack you. So that's the work of red hat hackers. We are about to go to activists. So these activists, this is a kind of an online group of cybersecurity professionals that organize themselves. This is what we call a political motive. So for example, now South Sudan, we are going for election. So you will see this kind of activities happening. So you see there will be some group that trying to mobilize people, trying to scare people online that if you don't do this, we are going to do this. You see what happened to Bank of South Sudan. This guy called themselves that they call themselves Anonymous South Sudan, that they are the group of cybersecurity guys who try, they're a group of hackers that they can do whatever they want in South Sudan. I wish they are not even part of these groups. So these are the groups under what we call script kiddies. So script kiddies, these are the junior ones. These are the people, they have no basics of computers, but they know how to use tools. They know how to use this kind of configure the programming tool being used by these hackers to exploit or maybe to damage some kind of thing. That's what happened to the Bank of South Sudan website. So this guy is this is the group of young kids. They're trying to, they're not young people, but these are the people who are not from a background of cybersecurity domain. But these guys, they know how to use tools. They can buy tools to cause this kind of damages. So these are the type of the hackers that you need to understand very, very, very well. So yeah. Again, here you need to understand what is how cybersecurity work. So for you to implement this cybersecurity, you need to invest on this kind of the picture that we're seeing in the place right now. For you to be served in cybersecurity, for you to make sure that you are implementing a strong cybersecurity in the place. So first of all, you need to understand, you need to put a strong password, very secure password. You need to make sure that the password that you're creating is mixed with different characters, numbers, alphabet, and all kind of numeric kind of characters in the place. At least it should be, sometimes you go to other websites, be like, we need a maximum of 8 characters and above. But at least you have the password need to be secure. Make it be more complex. When you make it more complex, so it become harder for hacker to get access to brute force or maybe to break into your account. So you make sure you put a very strong password to your personal Facebook account, personal social media, any kind of social media that you use, and also make sure that you need to you need to make sure that you don't share your password with anyone, because people nowadays they're very lazy to secure your password. Whenever you're trying to create a strong password, don't use the same password to the Facebook. Don't use the same password with Yahoo. Don't use the same password with Twitter. Don't use the same password with your kind of social media. Please, if you ever know if your memory is not good, please try to record it somewhere so that when hacker, because the advantage of you creating the only password for that account, because when hacker hack your account, for example, when a hacker get access to your social media, let me say Facebook. So if you're using the same password, the hacker will use the same password to get access to your Instagram, the same password to your Twitter. But if you use a different password, the hacker will get access to this, but will not get access to another social media. But please make sure that don't use the same password to different social media account. We have another one is called two-way authentication. That is called two-factor authentication. This is beyond your password. So when a hacker break into your account, so they will not get access to this because there's a code that is going to be sent to you. That is a uniqueness of what we call two-factor authentication. Yes, I can get access to your social media. I have the password, but I don't have a two-factor authentication code. So automatically, hacker will be locked out of getting access to your personal data, the network, the personal device, the social media. This guy will be locked out from your account. So this guy, they will send you the code. From there, you'll be like, okay, well, what's happening? Because they will send you the code. This is your new password code. This is your new, like someone trying to log into your account. Is it you? Then from there, will give you notification that, okay, like there's someone trying to hack my account. So you run in, you log in, and then you change the password immediately after you receive the password, you receive the message. So two-factor authentication is very important. Another one is recall update. So I know that, let me say, the whole of we South Sudanese are very lazy because we are good at pretending. You be like, you know what, I think I'm okay. I think I know this. You know, this is your knowing. Please, whenever you see something, report it. You see something that you don't understand, report it. For asking someone like what's happening is not, doesn't mean that you know nothing, but for you to learn. Because whenever you see something fishy, something that looks suspicious to you, what happened? So please make sure that you report to someone that who is good at this. So you can reach out to us as Safety-Com. You can reach out to any kind of the company that that can be responsible of this kind of malicious activities. But please, regular update your Android phone, update your phone, update all the network infrastructure, update all the system that you use in the place to make sure, because all this kind of system you are seeing, they have their own embedded software for you to run them. Without the software, this application will not run. But you need to have update your machine every time when they release a new patch, a new update. Antivirus. So yes, antivirus, you can put antivirus, but don't just consider antivirus. Whenever I put as antivirus, then I can sleep that my machine is secure. But you can invest all this kind of technology in the place. You can put all this kind of security in the place, but it's still the weakest part, the weakest thing all over the time is human. Human like you, human like me. Because even I put, for example, I'm a network lead, I'm a network security person in the network in a company, but I put all the security solutions, I put all the network solutions in the place. But what happened? So this person, these employees will go out and then trying to access some malicious website, try to click some malicious email attachment. So what happened? So when someone get access to this kind of information, like the malicious activities online, so eventually hacker will hack this person, also will do like what we call literal movement, like also get access to the company, like the corporate data using the person that has been hacked. But please don't just use antivirus, like you are secure. So you have to take your personal hygiene, like the personal protection online. We have a firewall. So firewall, it can be hardware, it can be software. These are the tools being used in the network, being used in the company to secure you, to filter traffic. Because the work of the firewall, it can filter the network inbound and outbound. So the traffic coming into the network and the traffic going out from the network. So you will see, you will read. But depending on the network, like how you configure it. But if you are a network engineer, you don't know how to configure this. So this hacker can bypass the firewall. It can go, and it can go. But please, whenever you try to you invest in the new firewall, this firewall need to be configured. There are some rules, because firewall don't just come from out of the box. You can just bring in the new firewall, but it's not configured. But you are a network engineer to configure it. So you give it the rules. So whenever you see this blocking, whenever you see this IP address, block it. Whenever you see that too much traffic coming to this website, you block it. That's why when you see the other company, you see that there are some websites that are not accessible in the network. So they are blocked by the network engineers. So that's the reason why you need to put a good cybersecurity hygiene in the place. No phishing. So what does the word no phishing mean? So phishing means that the employees are trained, they know how to identify, they know the indicators of compromise, they know which one is the malicious and what is not a malicious. So these are the things that being trained, like for example, now you are trained, we are going to reach how you can identify if this email is malicious or is not malicious. How does it look? How these people communicate when they send the email? So these are the way now hackers, they use this kind of social engineering attack to hack people using a phishing kind of technology they use to hack you, because they know that now people now they use antivirus, they use they have that software, the YouTube authentication, strong password, firewall ideas, and all kind of network technology in the place. But it's still the human is still the weakest part. So that's why you came here for the training. But please make use of this training. Don't just come there just for attendance. So we are here to give you the knowledge. So we are here to educate, to go and educate other people. We need to make sure that to secure the cyberspace in South Sudan. Also to educate human like you. So whenever you see this kind of malicious activities, you can also go and tell your friend, hey, you know what? I went for the training for 2-1 check. These are the things they told us. Please, whenever you see this, just know this is what we call phishing, or maybe someone trying to hack you. Do that, please. We have what we call cryptography. So cryptography is a kind of encryption. This is a beyond you people, because I know here in this kind of training, we have different people. We have different people from different backgrounds. We have different from a background of IT. People in the background of IT, the IT domain, they know what is called cryptography. It's all about encryption. That's why when we talk about we need to encrypt our data, then cryptography is the technology used to encrypt your data for a hacker to not get access to your personal data. Secure DNN. So DNN is what we call a domain name system, or you call it domain name server. These are the domain names. These are the system being used to translate your IP to website to a name. Because, for example, let me say, like, go to 211check. You can see the 211check.com or .org. That's what we call a domain name. So this domain name is being translated to IP address of that you can understand. That's the whole of what's happening going on. But you need to make sure that you secure your DNS name. That is the name of the address of your website. Make sure that website is no one change the domain name. The name of your website, there's no one can change it, because hacker would smart. They can change even a single word, because this website, this domain name that you're seeing is already bought by someone. You cannot buy the same domain name. But hacker, what they do, they go to register a domain name, just similar. They just change only one word for you to get confused. So you know that, okay, this is the website of 211check. You just go and you click. If it's 211check, you see it is 211check. That 211check, I can change one to I, capital I. You will not know this is one, so I can change automatic. You just go and you'll be happy. This is 211check, but it's not a 211check. But for me to get content of 211check, I can do what we call like I can clone the whole website, like which mean I can fact the website, can get all the content from 211check to put on my own website to trick you that you know what, this is the 211check. You go there, you enjoy, but this is a malicious website, so I can hack you anytime I want. You make sure that you secure your DNS. That is the domain. So now we're here. We are in what we call a data security. So what's the data security is all about? So you need to understand, because today our training is all about cybersecurity and data privacy. So now we're done with cybersecurity part. Now we are here to make sure that our business, your personal data is being secure. How do you secure your data? So what are the type of data that you can secure, and how do you secure them? So that's why we are here. So data is the heart of organization. Once the hacker, that's why people nowadays they're trying to invest in cybersecurity. They're trying to invest in whole security solutions. So that's why you put in your phone, you put a pin. So you put a pattern. So what is the reason why you're putting those? Is for you to protect someone, an authorized person, to get access to your portals, to get access to your personal information inside. So that is the data. So this data is very crucial. That's the heart of you, and that is the whole thing of you. When I get access to your data, what will happen? I can steal you, I can steal your data, and then doing a malicious activities on your behalf. That will call impersonation. I can impersonate you, like I behave, like I do things like on your behalf. So that's why data becoming very important. Every company, data is very critical for you to make sure that the data is being secure. Here we have an example. What are the critical data you need to understand? So we have an accounting file. So accounting file contains all the information of my employees. who pay who, so what are you buying, and all kind of things. These accounting files are very important. You need to make sure that they're encrypted and there is strong password in the place. Go and know that South Sudanese, let me say, not even South Sudanese, all over the world. So you find that because people are not investing in security, that's why people nowadays, they just put the data open, and then also sometimes when you're in a working environment, you go how you see, you leave just leave your computer open. So what if, because they're what we call insider threat, someone that you work, that's someone that you work in the same company, someone that you trust will come in to your computer when your computer is open. So please, whenever you make sure, whenever you're going out, put your computer to sleep. You can put it to sleep. So whenever you come back, you make sure that you put back the password, or which this person doesn't know your password. Yes. So personal data is important. That's why accounting file is very important. Database and business related data. So we have a database. Every company you go to database. The database for the human resource database for what? This data need to be secure. Need to be secure in a way that there's only authorized people, and these are the whole again what we call CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So what if the accounting file has been deleted? What will happen? That's again what we call CIA triad. So we need to make sure this data is secure and there's a strong password in the place that's been put in the place. So because the ignorance is a big thing for now, people will be like, yeah, I know this. I think that also our IT guys came by and put a strong password and they put for antivirus. These antivirus sometimes they are not functioning. So you find that's why when you go to Kaspersky is blocked now in UK, in USA, it cannot work because these guys sometimes they program these software to get access to your personal data. So why is it free? Why are you getting antivirus who is free? Do you think it's free? No, they're getting, there's important data they're getting from you. They're getting back because that software, any software that you install, it does what we call a backdoor. So backdoor can be malicious. A backdoor can be, can be good because sometimes like, how do they know? Okay, for example, let me give you an example like your phone. Well, let me say your phone that you have. Sometimes you go, you see that, you see that have that notification that, what, you need to update this phone to a new version. How do they know that your phone is out of date? Why? It's outdated. Because this company who manufactured your device, the company who designed for you these devices, they have a reverse connection. They have a connection with you. That's why they would have to put the embedded software inside your device to get connection to you, to know what are you doing. So that's why you need to invest on premium software. Don't buy like a free software, like getting them in download for free. Those things that are not for free. I'm telling you, my friend, stop them from today. We need to operating system file purchase with computer software. For example, the company, assuming that company is investing in buying a premium software. And what if a hacker get access to this operating system file? He can delete it, he can do whatever, he can even steal your data, or maybe the software that you purchase online. So for them to make use of them, or maybe to use them in their personal activities, like selling them in the market. So please, you make sure that these data are very critical to your company or your organization. We have the importance of office file, document like the spreadsheet. Of course, most of you, of course, they use the spreadsheet. That is what we call Excel and all this. Software download purchase software from the internet. So you have software that you purchase using this, your money, company money. Someone coming and delete it. Someone coming and to steal from you to use them for their own activities. Please make sure that these things have to be secure. They have to be secure, like add a strong password, or you do it a backup somewhere. Contact information, email addresses box. So for example, like companies sometimes nowadays, they don't make use of their email, the corporate email. So you find employees, they're using the company email for their personal activities. So that should be a policy in the place. The company should invest in the security, whereby, so only if the employees, if you're out of the company, so you make sure that whatever activity you use are the personal activities, use your personal email, not the company email. Because if the company email is being compromised, that is the whole thing of the company. You can also have another email through their company email. So you are the administrative of the company, administrators of the company. You make sure that you invest on this. No one can use the organization or the company email to do their personal information, personal activities, I mean. So data is organizational asset. So data, that is your personal asset. So you have no data, you have no any kind of a business in the place. So you need to make sure that this data is being secure. So what are the costs of that? What are the losses that you can occur whenever you lost all this kind of data? What will happen? So there will be a loss of, maybe, for example, what are the costs? Like if the company laptop is being installed, what will happen? So the company laptop, that should be a software, like the company should embed in security measures, whereby, so the company should monitor all the devices they place, whereby whenever the company laptop is being installed, there's a way that you can switch or maybe you can remove data remotely. That even if the hacker have the access to that computer, you can remove the personal, the organization data from laptop. We have extra access to the data, or maybe you transfer USB to data. We have a proper sensitive data categorizations that are set by the employees or external parties. So sometimes in the company, we have what we call these employees in the place. That's what we call disgruntled employees. The employees are not happy with what you are doing, or maybe they're trying to get out from the company to another company. So these employees, they will sell the important data to another company because they want to make use of it. So you don't know, sometimes you have your own competitor within the organization. So that's why you need to do what we call background check, a second background check for each and every employees. Or maybe you can do what we call a job rotation, whereby you can employ two people in the same position. You tell this person to go for leave, then you bring another person to go and take over the work. So that's why you do auditing. That's why auditing become good and it become important. If you don't do auditing in the company, or if you don't do any auditing in the organization, so you're doing nothing. So anytime you can lose your data anytime. After you lost all this kind of data, what will happen? What are the effects? So the branding and damage loss of reputation of organization. Yes, of course, that you are doing a business online, selling things online, that the customer will run away from you. So that is the loss of brand and reputation of the company. And the company will be vulnerable. So there's no trust. So the customer will run away from you. Please need to invest on this kind of technology. If you don't know how to invest, try to look for someone, reach out to the companies. For you to reach out to the company doesn't mean that you're not good at doing this, but just to get support and also to learn on the process. So a competitive advantage losses. For example, I was mentioned that the internal competitors, like for example, someone working with you in the company, so sell this data to the third party, and also this third party is a competitor to your company. So what will happen? So this company will take over, and this company will kick you out from the competition, and they will be the leaders. So this is a key that you need to understand. Loss of customers, I mentioned this. You have lost your customers. Eventually, you will lose your customers. So customer will not be happy with you because now your company is being compromised, the data is being stolen. Also, they will not be happy with you. So they will run away from you and they will lose trust. So here, trust is very important here. Also, the stakeholders. So the stakeholders of the company will go away. Be like, these guys, they don't know what they're really doing. So that's why you see you don't have like shareholders in the place, they will run away from the company, then they will leave you as you. We have a fine and civil penalties. You know, in the South Sudan, I don't know whether we have a data protection policy or maybe a data protection regulation policy in the place. But I think soon, South Sudan, we are trying to catch up with the world. But in the place soon, we shall have what we call a data protection policy, whereby with the company being hacked by the hacker, so meaning, so you are not investing in a cybersecurity solution, you're not investing in cybersecurity domain. So meaning that the country, okay, the head of the state, they are going to fine you, they will give you a fine with a lot of money, or otherwise they can shut down your organization. So here, South Sudan will going to invest to find a way of protecting your personal data, the whole country data or your personal data. So they can find you because you signed for the agreement. Because whenever they release that kind of policy, it is all of us going to sign under that kind of document. So whenever you violate a document, then they will find you. So here we're here. We need to protect this data. How can we protect this data here from this kind of damage? So that's why we are here right now. So we need to make sure that we need to protect this critical state of data. So no one can come over the personal data. So we have a two types of state of data to protect. Number one, we have data at rest. Number two, we have data in use and we have data in transit. So what does this three term mean? Data at rest, these are the data being stored somewhere. For example, you do backup. That backup you put on your hard disk, or maybe your flash disk, you put it somewhere. So there's no anyone can access that data. Put it somewhere, or maybe you can put it maybe in the cloud. That's what we call data at rest. So no one is using it. That's the backup. In case there's something happening in the company, so people will run up to get back to organization or for organization to get back to the operation. So that's what we call a data at rest. This is the data being stored somewhere. It's not being used. Data used. This is the data now. You open your laptop, you open your personal data or maybe a company data. You use it for maybe for daily activities. That's what we call data in use. These are data you're using right now. We need to make sure that we protect this. How can we protect the data in use, and how can we protect the data at rest? We are going to see this. Number 3, we have data in transit. Data in transit means this is the data in motion. So, for example, we are sending data from here to Kampala. So, we have to make sure that, are you sure the data is no one intercepting the data? Are you sure that there is no one like trying to get access to what we are sending? So, we have to make sure that whatever data you send online, it is encrypted. So, there's no one, even if a hacker intercepted that information, they will not get access to your information. The information go when it is encrypted. It is the receiver will have the key to decrypt the information to see what's happening inside the information. So we are going to see how we can protect this data. So we are all here. How can we do what we call a proper information, proper data implementation of our data secure? How can we put them? What are the measures? So what are the proactivity to make sure that our data is secure? I mentioned. So this is how you can secure them. This is the description of the example, the security control that you put in place to make sure this data is secure. Example, your data rest. This is the data being stored somewhere physically or maybe online or offline. So we need to make sure that this data is secure. Example of this data, we have a customer bank balance stored. So whenever you go to the bank, so you give them your data, your information, your data of birth, the location, the address where you are. But this guy, where do you think this bank like put your bank, put your detail, or maybe your personal detail? So they have their own way of putting them. They have their own way of securing your personal data. In case there's certain thing happening in the company or an organization, they will store that information back to you. How do they secure that? So number one, good data encryption. You have to make sure data is encrypted, very strong. Password protections. We need to put a strong password in place. Tokenization. This is mostly used by the web applications and all kind of things. This is a way of trying to hire something into your personal data. We have data federations. This is the kind of like in a database. Sometimes you see that the data have to be put in different kind of databases. So no one, whenever this kind of attack happens, so the hacker will not get access to another kind of database. This is how you can store data into a physical location. That's all about data at rest. Data in use, these are data stored in the memory. So for memory, for example, like what you're using right now, when you're using your computer, all the information being stored in the memory. This is data in use. You click, you do something, that's what we call data in use. Whatever you use right now is what we call data in use. How do we do, what is the example of this data in use? We have a data stored in the RAM. So RAM, this is a random access memory. So this is where your personal data is being stored when you're using the computer right now. How can we protect this? We have authentication techniques. So we need to authenticate who's trying to access our personal data. So you need to know, you have to put this kind of authentication mechanism whereby if someone tries to access this, you need to know they have to give you the identification that this is the right person is going to access your personal information. Let me give you an example. You go to the bank, you go to ATM machine. So when you insert your card, that card is your identification. After you insert that card into the machine will ask you enter your PIN. So that's what we call authentication. You need to know what, okay, this is the person, is the right person. So this is the thing that you need to put into place so no one should get out of that. I would need to tie the control of this data. So there's no everyone should go and access this data. So this data should be, you should add to my data control on it. So no one should access the data annually. Only certain groups is accessing it. We need to put what we call a full memory encryption. We need to encrypt this memory that we're using. So it has to be encrypted with a strong password. So there's no one can access it. Only the person with that password can access that data. We have a strong identity management. So we need to identify, is this person is the right person to have this access to this information? So these are the mechanism, the control measures that need to be put in place to make sure our data is being secure. We have data in transit. These are the data that being transmitted from one place to another place using some means of communications. So, for example, we have the email. So you send the email, as I mentioned, send the email from here to Uganda. So how sure are you this email is being protected? How sure are you there's no any kind of there's no anyone intercept the communication or maybe trying to change or modify the email that you send? So we need to put this kind of technology in the place. What we call SSL and TLS. That's called a security. These are what we call a security layer, and a TCC. This is what we call secure layers. Security layer. This is what we call 24-layer security. So these are the technology that's being used to make sure that we protect our data, our email from some. You go to the website, you see this ASL on the website. We have what we call email encryption tool tier, what we call PGP, that's what we call a pretty good protocol. This is a very good protocol. Whenever you send the email has to be encrypted. So there's no one can get access to your email. They can get access to email, but they will not look into what's happening inside the file. So for example, you open a file, but this file will ask you that enter the password. But assuming you have no password, what will happen? So you will not get access to the file. So firewall, as I mentioned, we have no human firewall, but we have this called firewall and software firewall. So we need to put a firewall in the company networks and all kinds of things to make sure that we filter the traffic, the incoming traffic and our outgoing traffic, to see what are the things that are coming in, what are the things going in from our network. Yeah, from here, so we are done with what we call cybersecurity. We're done with data security. If you have any question between these two, after this slide, we have a question and answer. That's the Q&A session. Then you're all welcome to ask me later on. But this is the last slide for us. That we call social engineering, which you need to understand, and it's more of how can you protect yourself from scammers. So that is the last thing that we are going to tackle right now. When you talk about social engineering, what does social engineering mean? This is the kind of attack being used, like a hacker trying to manipulate a human like you. The hacker will exploit the technical, will exploit human instead of exploiting a technical vulnerability. Like for example, like as I told you earlier before, nowadays people are very, they're very wise. So they're investing in cybersecurity now. So they're putting in more security measures in the place. But the human, there's no what we call a firewall in the place for the human. There's no human encryption. There's no any data. There's no any human protection in the place. So the only data that you can put, the only encryption that you can put in a human being, it is the training and awareness. So that's the reason why you're all here for this kind of trainings, for the awareness training. You go back when you're well equipped, like, so for you to identify, is this email is legit? Are you like, is this attachment being sent to you? Is it coming from legit source? So that's why we're here. This is the kind of technology, this is the kind of technique being used by hackers to manipulate you, that to play with your human psychology, your behavior, to trick you to reveal sensitive information and perform certain actions and bypass security measures. So assuming the company invests in security measures like firewall, IDS, and all kinds of security measures. So this guy will not get access to your personal information. But the only way they can hack you, they can actually call social engineering attack, whereby they're exploiting a human curiosity. That's why they have to trick you and then play on human psychology, then to hack the company data. So one of the things that we are going to learn here is what we call phishing. What is the phishing is all about? So you need to understand what phishing is. Like you go and then you fish. This is the word comes from fish. So, but now we change it just a little bit, like we add fee and H from there. This hacker, what they do, they will send a lot of email to different people, trying to fool you whether you can click on any link that they send to you. They can send you like, because as phishing is all about sending the email. There are different types of phishing that we are going to learn. So one of it is the phishing, one of it is called phishing, and all kinds of things that are there under what we call phishing. This is the kind of terminology that you need to understand for it to be safe online. So we're going to learn what are the types of phishing that you need to understand. So one of the things under the phishing is what we call email phishing. Email phishing is scam. So this one become like, I don't know, it become rampant nowadays everywhere you go, not only in South Sudan, but let me say the all over the world. So this guy, what they do, because they know that nowadays companies that are wide, they're now investing in cybersecurity solutions, like they're putting firewall, IDS, and all kind like antivirus, anti-malware. But there's no way for them to penetrate into your network. But the only thing they can penetrate to your network is through human like you, human like me, but whereby they can manipulate you, they can play around with your human psychology to hack into your account or maybe to your corporate network. So you may see a link that being sent, like maybe an email being sent from the bank, like from your bank, from EcoBank, NRA, KCB, also your boss. So how will you feel like, okay, they're sending the email, you know what, assuming that you see your email from your Microsoft, that you know what, this time around we are betting, we have a policy that each and every employees, we are going to increase, we have what we call a salary, we are going to add your salary. So you will feel excited. Then will give you a link. That link will send to you, and then we look. If you don't come for the training, you just go and then you click the link, then you run away with the link. But what happened? So this guy, they will configure this link in a way that will capture only your personal detail. Like for example, like your bank account detail, the password of the bank, and all these. So whenever you enter this hacker already have the access to your personal data. So they will use it again to impersonate you and then to steal your money from the bank. So there's some indicators you need to understand to identify if this link is malicious or this link is real. So I'm going to take you through this, how you can identify this is a malicious link and this is not a malicious link. Because there's some link also, there's some attachment that are very important. So you need to pay attention whenever you see an email coming from someone that you suspected. Again, this hacker also, they can send you the email that look the exact the same email that you normally receive. That's what we call email spoofing. That whereby I can spoof the email. I can make the email that look legit like the way you receive your email. I can change it. I can spoof the same email that you receive from your company, from your employees, from your any relative that you are in. But there's a key thing I need to understand. Here, look at this. Look at this example here. So this guy, they send you like the security, like security setting, like from Google. Look at it here. Look at the number 1 and number 3. So the email domain, the email is not official google.com. Look at the email here. If you see number 1 Google is google@team.support.net. Look at that domain name. If you pay attention to it, because there's sometimes they will hide this domain, you cannot see it, but you can hover, you can put your cursor on that link, on that email that you see, whereby you can see the subject. You look at the subject. Subject is so scary. So it's so alarming. So why are they scaring you? Like assuming it's from the bank. Google cannot send you that, that they can send you a link that email that trying to make you like to force you to do something. That's your personal security. They cannot force you. Look at the subject. A critical security alert for your link Google account. Look at it. So this is a very good subject. But look at that from Google is from Google at team-support.net. Look at it. So this domain name, it means that it's coming from Google. If it is Google, it must be like maybe a google.support.com or something. So that's why you know that this link is legit. You see that this is the only thing that you can identify this link is, is malicious link. Look at number 2. So the highlight immediate action. So they need the action now. You need to take the action. Sign into our Termos. Sign in the Termos block on your link account. So you see that this link, you cannot read the whole thing, but it's still you need to understand what is it coming from. This from me is very important. Look at the domain name, so you will know this link is from your website. That is the first red flag that you need to understand when it comes to email. Again, another example here, we have what we call a spear phishing scam. So this is spear phishing. This kind of cyber attack that also targeting only one person like you, like me. That doesn't send like a random password, a random email. They don't target you. It knows you that this is you, this is Peter, this is John. But also attack you only. I don't go and then attack other people. So they are called this spear phishing scam. So look at it. They said, you see what they said? They said, hello, Avril. So why they said Avril? So please, I would like to change the account on my payroll and the new account. What will be the effect the next pay days? So and some. So sometimes we look at the greeting itself, because like if for example, like if your company, they already know your name. So why should they use like Avril or something? So this is the indicator that will show that there's something that looks suspicious here. You need to pay attention. Whatever you see, you need to pay attention on the link very, very critically. Look at the title. Look at the address, how they address you. Look at, you compare with what maybe your boss sent you always. See the email that you sent by your boss. So the language they use, the title, the greeting that they greet you. So these are indicators show that this email is suspicious. Subject line, sense of familiarity. Number 2, the sender name and email. You need to understand the greeting and personalized. Because if someone send you the email, I will use your personal name. I will not use maybe your, dear customer, dear something. So this one, it looks suspicious because this guy, they already have your personal detail on your database. So there's no way that to play around with you or maybe your job title. if this email is come from human resource. So automatic human resource of your personal detail. Like they can also address you based on your name, based on your job role and responsibility. So that's where you know that this email is legit. It comes from the person that you know. But not only that, so the only thing I need to verify is to see the link from the link. Where is it coming from? I need to understand that. So another one here we have what we call smishing. So smishing is smishing scam, or smishing phishing, or smishing attack. This is the kind of trick being used by these hackers to send you a text message. You see, they say, dear user. So then they want to, they say that we have detected unauthorized access to your account. So your account has been limited for security reasons. Verify your identity. Click on this link below to verify. So you see that. So this one is an indicator that, this person, look at the name itself. You can even look the name. What is this coming from? Look at the number. This is coming from a number that you always see. So there's no any company can send, there's no any company can send you a message and out like this, click on the link. So the only way that you can verify, look at the language that they use, look at the urgency that they need to send you that. Women, they need to do it right now. Why should they do that? If there's a company that you work for them, they cannot do that. Look at it. So these are the things that URL, that is the link that being sent. Look at the link. If you hover into this link, you put your cursor on that link, you will see that this link is not tinities.office. So you will see the link take you to another link. So when you put your cursor on that link, then you look at it, just pay attention, take some time, put the cursor on the link. So you will see this link down, it takes you to another website. Automatically know this link is from a suspicious person. Also, the message conveys sense of urgency and fear. They will be like trying to put you in a way that you must do it now. They use that word must, or you can, or maybe you restrict or something. So you need to pay attention here. Don't just go and click. You need to take your time, do consultation, ask the company, or maybe find a way, try to get someone who is working on that company, or maybe try to reach out to their website, to their contact page, look for the number, call them. Did you send me this? Did you do this? So from there, you confirm. This is how you can identify the phishing email. We have a Google scam. So this Google scam, hackers nowadays, they know that some people that are good at exploring Google, trying to access what's happening in Google. So they will make sure that they will trick you to to go outside there to try to search for something that you need in Google. But they will make sure they will do what we call a Google automation. That is what we call search engine automation. So they have to make sure their website will be at number 1 on their website site. So for example, I can even change my website. What is the best university in South Sudan? But I can put that keyword. This is the keyword that you can put on your website to make sure that the Google will rank. When it comes to Google automation, your website will be number 1. So what about you see here? This guy, they're very, they're very wise. They can even rank their website to be number 1. So whenever you go to the website, you go to the Google, try to add something, you will see the website appear to be number 1. So automatic, they will hack you. So do that, please. Don't just go and click on a link and only need to pay attention to the link that you always visit, or pay attention to any link that you see. So you will see the site result and show the brand. They will see their brand be number 1. So URL is mismatched. So you will see the URL of the website that you click, it will take you to another website. Pay attention to that website. Click on the link. Don't click on the link, just hover. Pay attention, hover, put your cursor on that link. So you will see the second result is a phishing link. You see on that phone. So you see the link there is not the same website that you try to access. It will take you to another website for which is already malicious. So don't do that, please. Make sure that you have to learn it from today. Another one is a social media scam. You find a lot of friends are sending friend requests, trying to fool you. What, my account has been hacked, please do this and do that. So these are the things of social media, is full facts account and all these. So that's why nowadays social media hacking become rampant nowadays, because people use social media for like doing things that you are not supposed to be doing as a person. Social media is made only to make social with people, but not always to do a malicious activity on social media. So that's why you need to pay attention to whoever send you a friend on social media, because of course, seeing someone that send you the prayer request as already one of your friends is one of his friends. So it doesn't qualify him to be one of, for you to accept that person. So you need to reach out with the person, are you the one who sent me the record? Because you already know this person has a personal account already before. So you need to block this person immediately, or maybe you can unfriend this person, or maybe you can just don't accept the request. You delete the request automatically. Because now what they do, they will send you a back link on your WhatsApp. Whenever you come, dear friend, they will send you a link. That link, that's the link can hack you. Or can also do a lot of, a lot of malicious activities on your social media. Please pay attention to whoever send you a friend request. Whoever send you a link, don't just click. Even videos, because now the hackers, they use videos. They use like the audio to embed the malware on them. But you will not understand. You can play the video. You can even click on the PDF file, on the Word file, but you don't know that this kind of file is already a download, or maybe embed the malware on it. So what you download is, so this malware will trigger on your computer, or maybe will trigger on your mobile phone for them to hack you, or to give access to you, to the attacker who programmed this malware. Pay attention, please. Whoever send you a link, first verify from other source. Don't just go and then this is the person that I was looking for. So another one is what we call QR code. So you find a lot of places, a lot of public places, talk about, let me say, talk about airport, talk about the restaurant, talk about this. You find sometimes the hackers, what they do, they will just they will scan their own code, their own website, put in the QR code. Whoever come and try to scan it, you will see that this code is malicious. It will take you to another website. That website is already affected by malware. It is affected by malicious activities there. So whenever you go to that website, what will happen? This hacker will get access to your personal details. This person will hack you and also hack other people on your behalf. Please, these cyber criminals, they're everywhere. They are smart and they are also evolving all day and night. So you need to be aware of this kind of technology and all these kind of tricks. So that's the reason why today you come for this kind of very important training for cybersecurity awareness. Of course, we all know that this man is already dedicated for cybersecurity awareness. We cybersecurity specialists, so we dedicate our time for you to educate our people, so to make sure that there's not any cyber attack within social media platform. There's not any kind of like the increase of cyber attack within our network, our government institution. So that's the reason why we are giving this kind of free trainings for you to go and train people, other people, on how to be secure online and also to stay safe online. So we have another one. This kind of phishing also nowadays also become like someone trying to fool you that is through what we call calling. That's what we call phishing. So this phishing, someone hacker will just confuse you that calling you from Bank of South Sudan, calling you from MTN, that I'm from MTN. Today we are giving you free bundle, and now for you to get this, for you to qualify to get a free bundle, now I'm going to send you a link. On that link, I will send you a text, but that text, that's where you can verify the thing that you need to do for you to get that free bundle. So this hacker will do what? Will send you the text message as you guys still continue talking. So you just see the message, oh yeah, this is the guy. Now I think this is real. Now then we click. So whenever you click on that link that this guy sent to you, automatically this guy will hack you. Please pay attention. Whoever call you that the number you don't know, and don't just give your personal details. And again, someone can be pretending that that we have what we call the internet service provider in the country. So those are providing us with the internet. So as a company, like a company employees, so they will call you that, I'm a network support, or maybe I'm a NOC, someone from a network operations center, from a NOC network. Like I've seen that there's some malicious, or maybe, so I've seen that your network is too slow, but I'm here as a network support engineer. So I want to increase the speed of your network. So now I'll be like, okay, okay, how can I do that? Please, now because you're online, how can you get access to our network? You'll be like, okay, are you on the computer? Yes, I'm on the computer. Okay. Which type of computer? Is it Linux? Is it a Mac or Windows? So yeah, it's a window. Okay. Now open this. This guy will direct you to open to click and call. So this needs something. For example, maybe you wanted to get the IP address of your computer. Or maybe you want to get the certain services running for him to get access to your computer. You'll be like, okay, click on this, you try this. So you will see automatic, it will capture whatever you say. But for example, the guy will ask you that, I need the IP address of your computer. So you will give that IP address to this person. With this personal instruction from nowhere, you will get the IP address from this internet server, pretending to be from a network provider, from a network internet server provider. So automatically, this guy will hack the company using you as the person. That is what we call a social engineering attack. Trying to play on your psychology and all this, then they will hack you.
Whoever call you, is it from bank? Is it from your company? Is it from the person that you know? Please you verify this account before you accept it. Okay, you have to verify this call from this person who called you. From different sources, there's a way you can verify. Don't just fall into this. Please, please, and please. So that's the reason we are here. We're giving this kind of trainings and awareness for you to be secure online. So we are not like training you to be more of cybersecurity proof, to be like more protected, but at least just to mitigate the risk, to reduce the risk in the level that you can know what is that and what is this. So that's why we're giving this kind of training. So what else to protect you from this kind of phishing? Of course, I cannot just give you the slide, these are the phishing, these are the slide and all this, but you need to know, how can I protect this kind of attack from myself? How can I protect myself from this kind of phishing attack? So that's the only way that you can protect yourself, and the whole here. So number one, if you see it is urgent, don't let your emotional clone your judgment. So you see the email that, trying to tell you, you have to do it, we are giving you 2 hours, 1 minute, 3 minutes for you to finish the work. Please stop this. There's no any company, there's no company that you have been working with to give you this kind of urgency that you need to do it right now. Please don't do that. Number two, you need to call and verify. As I mentioned earlier, call this person, get away around, like, need to verify, is it a real or isn't it real? So for example, you can go like, you go to their website. For example, let me say if it is the EcoBank. So EcoBank, they call that, we have seen that some militias are on your personal account. So please, we are sending you this link that try to verify your personal details, whether it is you or trying to hack your account. So please, EcoBank cannot do that. So if you need to verify, you can walk direct to the EcoBank place, or maybe you can call EcoBank through their website, then you confirm. So verify that. Check the address, always check the email address URL. Need to over to the link, know exactly what kind of link is this. Pay attention to the link. Whenever you see the email with the attachment, please pay attention. Read to the email, what email is all about, why they're giving you this attachment. So if you see that this email comes from the person that you know, because this hacker, they can spoof. Spoofing means that trying to clone, they can make another version of that email, the same email that you already received, to be the same, look like exactly the same email you already received. But you verify from the person that you already received the message from. These guys sometimes, these hackers sometimes, they're always on a hurry. They don't check for the grammar and the spelling. So look at the spelling. You see that logo that they use. It looks like this guy is so they're on rush. They need money because the motive is to get money. So you see all of them, they're on rush. Please look for the spelling mistake that they always do. You need to enable two-factor authentication right now, not even tomorrow. As we're done with this training, go and ask, how can I enable my two-factor authentication? You need to do it right now. Your social media, all this kind of thing that you do online, are two-factor authentication for it to be secure. So again, look at the style of the message. Because these guys, they have no time to look for the message. They have no time to check for grammar, the English, and whatever you call it. They have no time for this. So their motive is to get money and to gain access to your personal data. Ask questions, as I mentioned also. If you see something that you don't know, report that. If you see something, report that that's something. You don't just be like, okay, I think I don't know this, I know this. No, you need to ask someone, what is this thing all about? Also, Google there is also there available for you. If you see that there's a link that is malicious, there's a website is called VirusTotal. Just click that copy that kind of link, put it there. This website will allow for you to know this is a malicious or it's not a malicious link. Make sure that it has any question from anyone. If someone call you, if I call you, if you don't know me, I'm asking you, ask me a lot of questions. Why are you calling me? What is the reason? And why are you calling me and all this? So this person will know that, okay, so this person has been trained. Because you are trained for this, you cannot answer any call and all. You need to ask them some question. Ask question and ask question and ask questions. Ask whatever you can. So how long will it take for a hacker to crack your password? Hackers, how do they crack your password? So for example, you create a password, 7 characters, it takes only 1 minute. Simple. So hacker can just crack it with 1 minute. This is just like a walkover. Like, you make my life simple. Just only 1 minute. If it is 8 characters, it's 1 hour, at least you make it somehow. Then 9 characters, it is 3 to 4 days. Also, can also take 1 day, it depends. And then 10 characters, it takes 7 months. Then 11 characters, it takes 40 years. Look at it. 12 characters, it takes, 2,000 years. Look at 2,000 years. So do you think these hackers, they have a time to wait for 2,000 years? There's no way. So they need something right now, like 1 minute, that's what they need. 1 minute, 1 hour, 3 days, that's what they need. But if you put 12 characters with a different links, like you include lowercase, uppercase, and the numbers. So this password will become like more strong. So this guy will not get access to your account. Trust me. This is the only way you can create when you're creating a password. So we are going to share this kind of slide so that you go through all kind of things that I've been talking about. So you need to learn how you can create a strong password, and also for your friends and your company, and how to create a strong password. So, however, 11 billion accounts were stolen from hacked site and apps. Of course, because you don't know that your website has been, the website that you always visit has been hacked, or maybe the whole company has been compromised. So there's only way that you can check your email is being hacked. You see this website down here. It's called haveibeenphone.com. This website, whenever we're done, after we're done with the training, go to this website, go and visit, because we're going to share the slide with you. You go and see the website. If you have a friend right now, you can even put it on haveibeenphone.com. Put your email there, you will see whether your email has been compromised somewhere, or maybe someone else has been using your email for their malicious activities. So this website can also tell all the information, what's happening and all this. So go to this website after this training. So, and you say that how can I enable two-factor authentication? So people maybe they're asking down, we talk about two-factor authentication. How can I enable this kind of security on my phone? How can I enable on my network? So you should enable two-factor authentication. This will allow you to protect your account if your password was stolen or leaked in a data breach. So if a hacker get access to your personal account, so they will not get access to get the complete control of your account because of this enable two-factor authentication, because this is beyond your password. They cannot break it, they cannot bypass it. But once it is bypassed, like you give this code back to this hacker, so you are finished. So they will lock you out of all the account because they have a full control of everything that you own as you. Then they will do everything like that you. What type of box again that you can use? You can use the most used SMS. You can link that on your account because there's a way that I can put it there, but it's not advisable to use SMS. Is very vulnerable and is less secure for the attackers to compromise or maybe to brute force this kind of security. It's better to use two-factor authentication app like the Google. We have a Google Authenticator. We have a Microsoft Authenticator. These are the more complicated two-factor authentication app. So you better use Microsoft. For me, I use Microsoft Authenticator. It's very, very, very good because these things they will change. That the numbers they give you, they will change every second. So when the hacker get access to your account, they will not get access to this kind of data. So it's very strong. You can also use a physical USB key. There's what we call two-factor authentication, like using a physical USB. But nowadays people don't use it because because of some security reason and also some kind of financial issues on how to get this kind of devices. It's become more complex and become more to acquire. But otherwise, physical USB is also more important. So how can we avoid getting hacks from public Wi-Fi? Every time people like using free things. You go to the public gathering place like airport. So you go to the restaurant, you see these places that have a free Wi-Fi. What would happen? You just go and you just click on the name of the Wi-Fi. You click and then you connect automatically. So this guy they are just configured their Wi-Fi for free. So there's no any demand of password or any kind of payment or all kind of things that you think. Whenever you click on this, what will happen? So the criminal, they will set about to call FX Wi-Fi. So the hacker can go to the airport. So they know the name of the airport Wi-Fi. They will create the same Wi-Fi with the same name. See that? With the same name on their device. So they will make this website to be fast, like they will make it to be more, they will make it the website, the speed of the Wi-Fi to be more than the one of the airport. So when they will rank the website to be their Wi-Fi to be number one. So whenever you try to explore, look for Wi-Fi, so you see their Wi-Fi is number one. So you click there, you log in, they don't ask you for the password, you enjoy the Wi-Fi, then what will happen? So they're getting all the data that you are getting, like you are accessing, like they will know the thing that you're doing, they will capture the password, all things. But for you to secure these kind of things, you need to use what we call a VPN. So VPN is a very good, like everywhere you go, you make sure you enable VPN on your device. Or in a company, every company that you work, you need to enable what we call a firewall. The firewall should work as your secure layer for your personal security. But for VPN is good for these people who are using Wi-Fi, like you have your phone, your Android, your iPhone. So VPN is what we call a virtual private network. It creates like encrypted the data, the traffic that you are sending to the internet, it encrypts it. So there's no way that a hacker can get access to your data. It can see it, but it cannot see what is inside that data. So it can create a tunnel, a security tunnel, whereby you can bypass all kind of security measures in the place. So this is the work of VPN. We also, I mentioned earlier before about ransomware. What's the ransomware? So a ransomware, this is a malware that's being programmed by these malicious, the cyber criminal, to hack into your computer, also to encrypt or to lock your data. So whenever they send this malware, they will lock with this ransomware, and then later on, they will ask you for what we call a ransom, the payment for you to get back your personal data. As I mentioned earlier, so they will encrypt all the data, and then for you to get back the data, unless you pay them the money, and then you'll get it. You see it on the screen that your personal data, your personal file has been encrypted. Make a payment or to do what, to get the key, or will destroy within 12 hours. So they give you 12 hours for you to get back your information. And you know that this is a critical information. This is a critical data. I need to get it back as soon as possible. So it's better what you do, you have to pay this guy. But if you do what we call a regular backup for the company, a regular backup for your personal data, you can just say, okay, go do whatever you do with the data, because you know that you have the backup for your data. Even if a hacker can do that, you can say, okay, take data, I don't care, you can get back your data. But the company, unless the company with no backup, so when this thing happens, so they have to pay it back. So for you to get this data back, this is what we call a ransom. How to avoid this ransom? Because we need to know now, we know what the ransom is all about. What happened when this guy has sent the ransomware. So we need to put in our picture that now, how can we avoid this hacker from getting this ransomware of theirs into our system? So don't download file from a ransom website, like random website. Like you see a website, you just go and download, oh, this is a good file, this is good music, this is good, this is a good song and all this. You go and download for free. For free, there's no any free thing on it that you are seeing. There's no any free thing that you see. Everything comes with a reason. Everything is free with a reason. So be aware of this kind of free things. Again, be aware of phishing email. So I mentioned phishing is everywhere. So the attachment they will send to you. So need to pay attention to the attachment, check whether it is phishing or it is legit. Because this hacker out there, they use social engineering attacks. So phishing, then for them to hack you. Again here, do not use company email or password for your personal stuff. I mentioned it all about the data security and data protection. So don't use the company email to do your personal activities. So please, this rule have to be enforced on every company. So that should be a policy for the email usage in the company. For these employees not to use this company or the organization email on their personal duties. So let them use their personal data, their personal email to use their personal need, not organization or company email. Do not store the password or text on the text file or the spreadsheet, because there are people that are very lazy to memorize their password. What do? They will put it on their they will create a file where they put their password, or maybe they can even name it password, or maybe my password. So you see that. So the hacker, when a hacker get access to your computer, so they will know, okay, this is my password. They will get access, then they will get access to the password file, and then they will get a password. So please don't be lazy to put your password just like that. Or maybe if you want to put out the text, put a password on that, because it will take time for hacker to crack it. How about using a password, using USB? People nowadays, you go to the bank, you go to any public place, you find the USB is dropped down by the brand new password, brand new USB. So whenever you see that USB, you be like, okay, fine, now I think I'm lucky I got a new USB. I want to put my file there, I want to see my music, I want to see the important file I want to put there. But the hacker, what they do, they will put a malicious code on that USB. That USB is programmed to connect, to send back the information back to the attacker. So they would go to reverse connections. There's a militia, the backdoor have to put on that flash for the hacker to get access to your personal data. Please, every company, they need to apply, need to enforce this kind of policy. There have to be a policy that also block all this kind of flash. Only programming flash should be allowed to enter to this computer. Only this flash that program. You bring with your flash, you insert on the computer, it will not work. So that is the good security measures of like try to invest in cybersecurity. So there's no fly that you can put an outlet, they have to be broke. So pay attention, don't just put on a flash that you don't know. If you want a flash, go to the town, go to the market, buy a new flash. Don't just use just for other things. So we have what we call a wire fraud. So wire fraud, this is the kind of like attack whereby this guy they're trying to trick you to wire them with money. So that's what is happening now on social media. People are being hacked, and these hackers they go and then they hack your friend, your family, asking for money. So you just know that, okay, if you know that this is your personal person, this is the person that you know, what will happen? You'll be like, okay, I don't want my friend to suffer, I don't want my relative to suffer. Automatically, you'll send the money to this hacker. So that is you, it's not someone else, it is you doing this. But you come here for the training. Whoever call you that need money, whoever asks you that please do this, if you know is a person that, because maybe your parent maybe stay in Kampala, Kenya, and they need money, so you need to verify from them, call them direct. Are you the one who called me that you need money? Are you the one who sent them said you need money? So that you confirm this is the real person that you are communicating with. So please don't just do it. And again, also the criminal cannot impersonate like they can impersonate your boss. Someone be acting like it's your boss, calling you, you know what, oh, please, you know what, I'm Mr. X, I'm in Kampala, so, I have an issue or something, but when I come back to Juba, I'll give you back your money. But now send this man to my account. This is the account that the account will give you a new account of which you don't even know. So they will say, okay, oh, you can also send to mobile man, this is mobile man, it's very urgent now. Please, when I come back to South Sudan, I will make sure that I will double your money. And you'll be happy, oh, this is my boss, I want to make a good relationship with my boss. And then you send the money from nowhere. So this hacker will get good money, they will go and enjoy the money, so they will remain as a fool. So don't be fool here. You need to understand that's the reason now you came here for this training. How to avoid these kind of things? I also mentioned you need to call the person, you verify. Is it the money that you ask it? Is it the money that you request? You need to confirm from this person. Call a new number. That number before you need to check this number. Is it from the the person that you know or someone that you don't know? You need to verify. If it is from the bank, is the bank calling you, verify from the bank. If it's the person that you know, call that person before you do the action. Thank you so much for being a good audience, and I'm so happy to have you on board. And I'm so excited, and this is the end of our training. And thank you so much for being part of this training, the cybersecurity training. I know cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. It's not my responsibility. And it's not your responsibility, it is everyone's responsibility. It starts with all of us. So there's no way you be like, cybersecurity is only for a certain group of people, or maybe it's for, it's for national communication, so that's NCA, or it's for the government of South Sudan. It started with you. So that's why we are giving you this free training, cybersecurity training. Thank you so much for being patient for almost like 3 hours or 2 hours and a half, 2 hours, yes. This is your time right now to ask if you have any clarifications, something that you need to add on, something that you don't understand, you need me to clarify to you. So you are most welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Chol, for the presentation. First of all, I want to give you 2 minutes. Go grab some glass of water, sip some water, and then relax. And then after 2 minutes, you can come back. And for members of our audience, unfortunately, we will not be taking so many questions. We have another session on cybersecurity. That one will be basically a webinar. It's not a training, where we will give you the opportunity to ask. We will have 2 panelists, including Chol and another cybersecurity analyst. But for now, our time is really up. I'm afraid we will not be taking questions. So what is going to happen is, if you have any questions, you can ask your question in the WhatsApp group. We have the WhatsApp group. So Chol, as the trainer, is there. You should be able to respond to your questions there. I am very cautious when it comes to time management. We are just 2 minutes to 12, so your questions may not be answered within this time frame. So what is going to happen is register your attendance. If you're following on YouTube, If you're following on YouTube, the attendance is pinned at the top of the chart. And if you are here on Zoom, I have posted the attendance in the chat box. So just click on the attendance, and then you should be able to register your attendance. And we will be, if you insert your correct numbers, we should be able to send in your data refunds shortly, just 30 minutes or 1 hour after we confirm the names that are in the attendance register. So please ensure that you insert the very right number. And then usually the refund really depends on the attendance. If the attendance is many, so it means that the refund may be slightly reduced, but then it should be able to really cater for the money that you spent for buying the data. We wish you guys the very best of your afternoon, and do take very good care of yourselves. Like I said, we will have a webinar on Friday. Friday is 27th. Friday is 27th of October. Yeah, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So that is when you should be able to ask your questions. And then Chual will be there. He will be able to answer your questions. But if your questions are really very urgent, just ask them in the WhatsApp group. We will not be taking questions now. Thank you so much, guys, and enjoy your afternoon. Don't forget to register your attendance. Once again, I am putting the link to the attendance in the chat box. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.